Okay, hello, this is Paltas, Error Instruments, and I'm here together with Stijn Kuipers from This Is No Rocket Science. Hello, Stijn.
Hi, Paul.
Hey, mate. Stijn also live in Amsterdam, so we're living close here. Actually, I live in the subs and he live in the center. Anyway, we're talking about this guy, the Wobbler. That is something special. It's an LFO, but it's also a drum machine, and maybe more than a drum machine, maybe also a sampler. But let's start with the low frequency oscillator, the experimental low frequency oscillator, because it can do a lot of crazy stuff. So Stijn, tell me a little bit about we see the light and
you can see there it has two outputs.
Yes.
You can change the timing between them with this knob over here.
Yes.
Yes. So you can change the timing between the output with the phase knob. So you can have them have out of sync or in sync or out of sync the other way.
Okay. Yeah.
You can change the levels for the.
So the LEDs makes it visible what's happening there if they go in sync or out of sync, and two different LFOs. Interesting.
So you can also CV control that, so you can change how much they are at the same time or not. But this is just and there's also two gates that trigger every time it goes back to the beginning, so you can clock something else with those.
So then you can sync also external equipment like synthesizer or sequencers. Yeah.
But the main thing about the LFO, about the Wobbler, is that it has these 5 shapes. It's a bit hidden behind the knob right here. But there's a normal LFO, there's a self-phasing LFO, which makes some interesting sub-wobbles. Then there's a twang LFO, which you have to give a kick yourself, otherwise it doesn't do anything.
And the kick goes on the switch, or you have
on the switch,
or you have a trigger also.
Or on the trigger.
Yes. Okay.
And then there's the double pendulum, which is a more chaotic version of the twang, where it's always slightly different based on the physical model of a double pendulum. Then there's the sample and hold, which is completely noise.
Okay. Well, we can put the sound again a little bit on.
You can also have a bit of glide.
Nice. I like it that you can see what's happening with the sound actually.
Come on, go up. Yeah.
Nice.
And then all the way on the left, there's also a super slow motion mode. So it's, as you can see, it's very slow. Only if I go very fast now with the speed knob, it goes back up.
So the LFO can go really slow. People always ask this. I know Batumi can be so slow that it can take 1 day before it's get up or down.
Yeah.
And that's the digital LFOs can be really slow. Is this possible with this thing also?
Yeah, definitely.
So it can really slow.
You can also, if you want to go that slow, you have to use the sync input and then give it like a second heartbeat, and then you can make it really slow down even further.
Interesting.
And all the way on the right, there's also a version of the sample and hold that's quantized, which means it's only taking the 1 out of 8 values. So it's always 8 different notes instead of complete scales. So, but that's the LFO bit. This is the same as the original Wobbler. This is Wobbler 2.
This is the Wobbler 2.
Wobbler squared.
The other Wobbler was developed, I think, 3 or 4 years ago, right?
Yeah, more.
Yeah, because of the COVID, there was between, and This Is No Rocket Science also made the Phoenix, a big project. But this is the number 2, and the number 2 has more to offer.
Yes, it has this bang on knob.
Bang on,
and now it's a drum synthesizer.
Yes.
We need to change the patch around a little.
Yes. So you make from this LFO a drum now, with different drum kits in there, and it's even not only a drum; it's also a kind of sampler, right?
Yes.
So
let's do the synthesizer bit first, though.
Yes.
It has the same type of storyline that the LFOs have. Like the LFOs start simple and they go more complicated and more chaotic if you go to the right.
All right.
And the drums the same. They start with simple bass drums.
All right.
Let's see if we can hear those.
Yeah, you must turn the over.
Yeah. Let's set it all to the. So simple bass drums on the left, then we go go through more metallic things.
Oh yeah, metallic things. I know this from Plunky and from other things that I use sometimes. These things, yeah, interesting.
Then there's
So this is the drum computer. This is not the sampler, right?
yeah, this is the synthesizer. So
this is the synthesizer.
This computes new sounds based on a bunch of synthesizer
So
models.
let's put a trigger in there.
Yes.
Where is the trigger input?
There.
There. All right. I'm a little bit on the side, so I cannot see it. All right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
Just have a bit of this.
Cluck, cluck. So in the middle there is the presets of the drum sounds.
Yeah, this crossfades between all the different synthesizer models.
Yes. So those are all different synthesizer models. Is there from traditional to a little bit crazy, like 808 till more crazy?
Yeah. It's well, it has the froggy sound, the creative sound in here.
The froggy sound.
This is something you don't really find in many drum computers,
Yeah.
but I really loved it, so I had to have it. There's classic bass drums,
Yeah.
more 909 style, or even 808 style.
Interesting. Yes, like a sub drum, like or a loud kick.
Yeah, and then there's more hi-hats.
So, of course, what people like to know, how many drum sounds are in there? Of course, you can make with a drum synthesizer a lot of sounds by tweaking all the knobs.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
There's I think 6 actual different synthesizer
Okay.
topologies, or how do you call it?
Yes.
Split over 7 regions, which crossfade. So there are 7 really different areas of sound, and each of those 7 you have all the parameters you can change. So there's thousands and thousands of options there.
Yeah.
And then of course there's the third mode, which is the drum sampler mode.
Yeah, the sampler mode, the drum sampler mode. So there's this was the drum synthesizer mode. How do you go to the modes? Is that holding 2 knobs in?
Yeah, so the just go between the LFO and the drums. You press the bang on, so now it's LFO again,
Yes.
and now it's drum.
Now
If you
it's
want to
drum.
go to the sampler, it's sort of it started out as an Easter egg, but then it grew a bit too big. So
Yeah.
you have to press the bang on button and then
Together. Okay.
then press the trigger, and now it's in sample mode.
Okay. That's not difficult. So just these 2, and then you are in the other mode of the sampler mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the main knob works the same as it did before. This one also works the same for this. We didn't.
I see also lights in the layout over here that show in which drum mode you are with the drum synthesizer mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those same areas, we've made the sample banks to be about the same. So this area would be the bass drum area in the synthesizer mode. So there's also there's also kick drum samples in the same area, the bass drum samples.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a little bit the same kind of sounds in that area.
Yeah.
So the interface, it's not just under the knob or that you need a display. You can just see it on a LED. It's there. And this is there. This is there. Yeah.
It's all very, very sort of flat. Nothing hidden under the surface.
Nice.
And then with the top right knob, you can select different drum kits in the sampler mode.
And you can put also control voltage on that you can go to the kits if you are.
Yes.
Then it looks like you have a lot of different sounds.
You can either do the drum sound or the drum kit. We can see both. Let's do the drum sound first.
Interesting.
So now an LFO is automatically animating.
Yes. If I put it a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Interesting. Nice. I like that froggy and that sound.
there's also
Potten and pannen.
yeah. This main output level knob is also a bit special. On the left, you get a more compressed sound, and on the right, it becomes more distorted.
Oh yeah, it sounds like a clipping on the one side.
Hard clipping distortion.
Interesting. Yeah, nice. Yes, so in the drum samples, you can, it are not just samples, you can change the pitch, you can change, this is for the kit, but you can change the pitch and the decay of the sound.
Yeah, top left is the decay. So you can have shorter sounds.
Really short.
There's also an exit input, which will add a tiny little bit of boost.
Nice. Well, I will experiment also with it with some really weird sequencers like Taylor Blender and this kind of stuff in this. I think this is going to be really interesting because you can make the alpha nota or this short kind of sounds also with it. Yeah, I like it. I like and it's really beautiful that you can see the interface also how it works. And of course, it's a really complex and deep LFO. Don't forget that. So yeah.
Oh, I haven't even mentioned the secondary output for the drum, because the second output is not a drum in drum mode. Mm-hmm. It gives you a matching envelope, so you can use it for ducking or.
So there's an envelope follower coming out of there, who's going on the rhythm of what you put in there on the drum.
Yes.
So you change the decay, then the envelope follower also makes that. And why is the potential meter then?
You can set how high the envelope goes, or and to the left you can change the decay time for the ducking. So if I stop this, you can see if I go to the left, you see it's all the way up here.
Yeah.
But if I press it, it goes down for the duration of the drum, and it goes back up after it's done.
Yeah.
So this is what you would use with like an external bass sound with a VCA. So now the bass sound could play, and as soon as I say track the drum, the bass sound would duck away and then would come back up again afterwards.
Yeah,
and
like sort aftertouch or something, but then for a pulse.
Yeah, and the other way around, now it's just exactly tracking. So now it's on 0 when there's no sound, and if I press it, it just follows the exact volume of the drum.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. There is a sample pack on there right now.
Yes.
Is that changeable?
Not yet. I mean, yes, you can, but you'd have to ask me.
Yeah, you need to be like deeper in that. It's not like for that people just need to do
Not
it.
yet, but there is a USB plug on the back side of the module, so we do plan to release the tool so everybody can just upload whatever they have.
But yeah, if it's not really necessary because there's so much in there.
There's a lot of stuff.
How many in the samples and the synthesizer in drum sounds are in there?
We put 49 drum samples in there, so 7 kits of 7 sounds each.
Yeah.
And the 7 synthesizer models. So we have there's a lot of time to spend with these.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna also have this in the shop of Error Instruments, and of course Single Sounds also sell it. Jason, a nice guy. And I think Snijdersladen also, it's available.
And Perfect Circuit.
Perfect Circuit. Thank you for watching, everybody. This and Stijn, thanks for visiting. And yes, this is the Wobbler, and I like it.
Woo, woo.